team, we definitely win big as a team as well, right? So super, super proud. But I see we got our host who just jumped on, looking super sharp. I see you, my brother, right? I'm gonna go ahead and give it up to you. Go ahead and do your thing, my brother. Let's do it.
What's up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? Sorry, had to make a quick adjustment. I was about to call you Alfred. Xavier, thank you so much, man, for allowing me to open this up for the whole team. I see we got 43 on here. I see some familiar faces. What's up? And I don't see no faces on some people. They got the cameras off. Wake up, man. What's up? The month ain't over yet, people. What up, Chris? What up, Tony? I see you, Heather. What's going on? I see the new cut. Okay. Welcome, everybody. Today, man, we're gonna be keeping it straight to the point. I'm honored to be here with you guys today, Wednesday night, right? We got 3 days left for the rest of this volume month. I don't know about y'all, but it's been a crazy 5 weeks. X, can we mute some people? I think I got it. All right, perfect. So, guys, like I said, I don't know about y'all, but it's been a crazy 5 weeks for a lot of people, man. For us and our team, we've seen some incredible growth. I'm honored to be here to see where we've come in the last 90 days. So many of you guys, since we came into this 90-day run, but it's not over yet. Right? One thing that we're going to go in and talk about today is kind of a word that nobody likes to really talk about. It's the discouragement word. Right? Everybody's probably like, oh, man, I don't want to, you're not going to get punished today, but we want to bring it up, right? As leaders, it's something that we all encountered at one point in our journey to where we are today, right? So for the people who don't know my story, right, we're talking about becoming in this business. I'm going on my 3rd year with this company. December 23rd of 2020 is going to be my 3rd year with FES. There was so many discouraging moments throughout these 3 years that I've had to get to where I'm at, but every part of it was a part of the journey, right? Every man, all the moments. I'm talking about when the team crumbled from the beginning. A lot of you guys don't know, when I came into this business, I hit regional sales director my first 90 days. It was crazy, man. It was amazing to see the growth that we just never came from network marketing before. Guys, there's a lot of people that come into this industry already knowing the industry, right? Me, I wasn't one of those people. For the people who don't know where I'm from, born in Puerto Rico, raised in New York. I've been in Florida since I was 13. Moved to St. Petersburg, Florida. I was out there since 2004. I found this company in 2017 is when me and Xavier met. Wasn't looking for another income. I was not looking to get my credit fixed. My credit was great. Like, I had already purchased a home. I was doing great things for my age. I've grown up in the household that I grew up in. I didn't come from a rich family. I didn't come from a real poor family, but poor money managed family. I don't know if some of you could relate. Like, my family had money in their hands, but the problem is the money was in their hands and they didn't know what to do with it, but spend it. So when bills came late, it was kind of our fault. Again, I don't know if you guys can relate, but that's the family and the background that I came from. So to be able to buy a house at 19, to be able to go and get my financially set up by the time I met Xavier, that wasn't the point. Somebody's still muted.
Hey, do me a favor. I apologize. Make me a co-host so I can go ahead and control that if you don't mind.
I got you, bro.
Thank you, my brother.
There it is.
And then I'll go ahead and mute all, and then unmute yourself, my brother.
I got you. You hear me? All right, perfect. So, guys, sorry about the distraction, but yeah, man, I don't want to keep you guys too long. A lot of you guys already know my story. I came in as a banker, came in already financially educated. I was always about helping other people. But you know what was crazy? A lot of people look at the success that I had was like, because he was at the bank, because he did do finance before. I couldn't say that I was working for Bank of America for a couple years. That's probably why. No, man, it's a new industry. Those 90 days were brand new to me. I'm still brand new to this industry right now. 2.5, almost 3 years in. I'm new, right? Think about that. You got people like Alfred Nixon, who's been in the business since they was 19, 10 years, right? Some like David Marquez on our team who have experience. Arnold Bogarty, who came into the business with experience. Like, they came from the industry. They understand it. A lot of us came in and we didn't know. It's new to it. We have to fail forward all the way through. And just because you see someone that comes in with success fast Doesn't mean it stays like that. A lot of people know I was at RSD for a while. Like, there's probably a reason why I'm hosting this, right? Think about it, I'm the king of being discouraged. Unfortunately, like I would keep my discouragement to myself. You guys never seen that, right? Because I had a team that I had to lead. As leaders, you can't even let your team know that you feeling discouraged because you got to motivate other people. But think about that. Think about being in a position for 26 months and grinding it out. It's not like I was just chilling at home for 26 months and my team was running. Like X could tell you, David, Arnold, all of the people that's been here, Bruno, all of these people that's seen for the 26 months, we was grinding. Webinars, local events, traveling, doing hotels and nobody showing up. Doing, I'm gonna actually share my screen real quick, X, if you don't mind. I made a little mini flyer for us just to reminisce real quick so everybody could see. I don't know if y'all can see that on here. And don't mind the closed caption, but these are a couple pictures that I just found real quick from when we were getting started in this thing. X, you see that was me, you, Bobby. Xavier was a regional sales director in that picture. Bobby was an ESD in that picture. I was a brand new agent. Andy was a brand new agent, I think, or a field trainer. That was, I forgot, Gertie, right, the pastor. A lot of us brand new in the business. If you guys see all the way to the right, this is when Arnold came in the game. Arnold came in the game and started doing his own presentations. We went out there to Glory Days to go support. That's how the room started. 4 people, 5 people. Mind you, this man came with experience. He came from the industry. So think about, he probably felt discouraged too. These guys, we were in the building process. Look at me in the living room, right? I'm trying to copy Alfred. Alfred showed the living room post. I'm over there in the living room, right? But this is one of the local events that we had. You see Courtney and Gino in the front row. Remember that? Like, I don't know if they're on, if they see this. These are pictures like when we were first starting. The room only 2-3 rows deep, right? We can only fit 20, 30 people in. Sometimes nobody showed up at all. Panera Breads. Look, I was doing a presentation outside. I brought my TV and my laptop from my house, and I put it on a picnic table at a restaurant that they gave me for free across the street from where I lived at because I didn't have gas to move nowhere else. Like literally, the gas station was across the street. So was the brew house, right? Remember X when I was like, yo, I'm going to launch this was me launching St. Petersburg. Guys, there was a lot of discouraging moments. I wanted to share that and kind of laugh at it because I remember when we were going through that part. I remember that building phase of it. And then guess what? A lot of agents that started with us are not here today. They got discouraged. And they let the discouragement send them back to corporate to where they started in the first place, where they didn't want to be. And saying, oh, this didn't work. No, man, you got to hang in there. Anytime anybody's ever going to hear my story, it's being embrace the journey. Them 26 months, me and my team, I'm going to say me and my team because we all grew together. We were in this big cocoon, like the butterfly, right? In the cocoon for like 26 months. And the volume wasn't going nowhere. It was between 20 and 25 for 2 years. Some of you guys are coming in and hitting 25, 50,000 in a couple months and y'all complaining. Just being real. 2 years plus at this title, but continue building with the team. I didn't give up on them. I didn't let them know I was discouraged. They were discouraged too. We went through it together. We got through it together to where we came into this 90-day run as a RSD in Grace. You guys ever see the Grace battery? Not a good one. No one likes that little red battery, right? Especially after being grinding in this team for 2.5 years. Think about the level of discouragement. Does that make sense? Right? You guys feeling me right now? Right? When I came into this 90-day run, as Reza, as Xavier, there was a part of me that was like, yo, I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep doing this. Like, I've been grinding this thing out, and I'm still in the same spot. But forgetting the fact that I'm still making a great income at my title. I'm still making a great income. I'm going to go through these struggles at my job anyway. I had to refocus. Get back to the goal. Get back to the team. Remind them of what we were doing. We came in the first 4 weeks and hit ESD. Went from 25 to 50,000. I was hyped. Still hasn't slept since then. Right? The next 4 weeks, we hit R&R and 6 figures the same month. And now in the 5 week, our projected is more than our remaining. So I'm not going to say it's official, but it's almost there. In 90 days, we went from RSD to now, God willing, by Saturday, we're at the vice president title. But what if I would have gave up in month 25? Month 24, would you guys have stood in 2 years at the same title, building and building and building, right hand with the top leaders that are all getting promoted in front of you? You seen all of them. You clapped for every single one, and you was there through all the ups and downs, and you still didn't hit your breakthrough. Would you have stood? But if I would have gave up in those 26 months, I would have not had a regional sales director named Gerald Lee Jr., Jackie Rivas and Man Turner that's about to hit RSD, Alexis, who's now hit a sales director position. We've developed so many leaders in the last 90 days. 72 hours between now and Saturday is a lot of time. So that word discouragement is going around the organization a lot. You got to look at it another way. Use it as fuel. Don't give up. Be like, yo, if it's 2-3 years, it's going to take me, even if it would have took me 5 years to hit VP, I would have still been by X side, by Arnold, by David, by all of y'all. He would have been, y'all could have all hit pinnacle, and I still would have been standing right here as an RSD until I hit mine. Don't give up. The people that got to the top, they didn't quit. So I'm going to hand this off to 2 other people who are going to talk to you more about this word and go into some training. I just wanted to open this up and get you guys' mind right. If I was able to do it, you guys are all able to do it. If X was able to do it, Arnold, David, right? I don't know which one I'm introducing first. I think it's Arnold. Yes. Okay. Xavier's like, yeah, sure. So Arnold, my brother, if you can hear me loud and clear, man, I have the honor of bringing this guy on board. There's another individual that we look up to in the business, a vice president. When he came in, crazy numbers, but this man came out and did his thing. He started running his own location. He started growing his team. He was presenting the information. He was in the trenches. And he got dirty, man. Now he's a vice president with the company, doing over 100,000 every single month with the business. You guys know the doctor. If you can hear me, my brother, if you're on the call, I want to hand it over to you, my brother, so you can take it off the call right now.
Rob, what's going on? Can you hear me?
There you go, man. Yes, sir. I didn't see you. There you go.
Hey, what's going on, guys? And you know what? Every time I hear Rob talk and I hear him tell his story, that's a story of straight perseverance. That's a story of commitment. You know, I remember we used to give Rob so much crap sometimes, you know, when we used to go out after our meetings and, you know, you get a few drinks and me and Xavier and David, and then you got Racer there sometimes and some other people, you know, it could get a little, it could get a little sensitive. It could get a little out there. But I tell you what, Rob has been probably the MVP of Team Relentless, you know, since I've been there. Obviously, Xavier got everybody started, but, you know, Rob was always the guy, and he still is always the guy that you can definitely rely on. You know, if you needed him, he's always there. I remember I would call him sometimes, you know, last minute, be like, hey, I got something going on at Glory Days. And this was back in our formative days when we were just getting this thing started, and Rob would be like, I got you. And he would travel, you know, all the way from where he used to live at. And so we appreciate you, Rob. You deserve everything that you're getting right now. You and Racer definitely got a power team over there. And, you know, congratulations on your success. But guys, the leaders, you know, we got together and we had a leadership call, and Xavier said, and matter of fact, it was Xavier and it was also Chris Barriner. And she said, hey, you know, the team they don't really need a training. They need you guys to talk to them. They need you guys to come on and be real, because, you know, we can sit here and train you guys on the how-tos all the time, you know, how to recruit clients or how to present, you know, but sometimes we just need to be real and let you guys know the struggle. All right. You know, what it takes, you know, to persevere through this thing, because there's been times, I tell you what, if you have not wanted to quit, you know, at least 5 times in your network marketing career, you have not been in network marketing long enough. All right. There are people out there that, I mean, are millionaires. You know, you think about Mr. Ashton Henry. You know, I remember when we were in Atlanta, I think it was, and he got on stage and he said at level 5, you know, R&R, he wanted to quit, you know, multi-millionaire, you know, and I know Rob is shaking his head because he remembers those stories. And so we get in the room with a lot of leaders, guys, and we're very real with each other. And we just want you guys to know that, you know, we feel the same thing that you guys feel. We do. All right. And what gets us through it is our why. We think about why we're doing this, and then we think about the alternative. You know, if I went and I said, hey, you know what, I'm going to quit this thing, you know, the alternative is not seeing my family anymore, or having to go back to a job. The alternative is spending 10 hours a day working. The alternative, you know, is not being able to give my kids an extraordinary life, which I promised them, not being able to give my wife the life that they deserve. And so when I go through those hard times, you know, or maybe I'm going through disagreements with some of my leaders, or, you know, I just don't feel like getting on a webinar, or, you know, all the things and all the struggles that we go through, you know, I think about my why. I think about why it is that I'm doing this. You know, I hear Rob sometimes when we used to do training, he say your why should make you cry. And I hear David say that all the time. And we say that sort of as a cliche, but it's true. You know, we got to know why we're doing this. What was the reason you entered network marketing? You know, what was the reason that, you know, I know my reasoning was because I wanted to see my family. You know, for you guys that don't know me or don't really know my true story, guys, you sometimes hear the joker. You know, sometimes, you know, I live life a little light, whereas I like to have a good time. But, you know, prior to me coming into this industry, guys, I was in special forces. All right. And I joke around and I say, listen, I used to do bad things to bad people, but that's what I did. That was my life before I came into this thing. And that's what I wanted to do as soon as I joined the military. And I knew in order to qualify, you know, to be special ops, guys, I had to go through 2 years of the most excruciating training you guys could ever dream of. I mean, it was hard. It was cold. It was painful. You know, everything that you can think of. Why they put you through this to make sure that you deserve that green beret. And that's what I wanted. And so going through those 2 years of training, you know, I could see myself, you know, on stage, getting my green beret, going to my unit, putting that patch on. And so that's what got me through it. It was my goal. All right. My goal was to become a green beret and then live that life that it came with. And so that's kind of what I want to segue into right now, is setting goals, because your goals and your why is what's going to get you through, you know, the tough times when it comes to building this industry. All right. And so your goals, you want them to be big. All right. What you want to do is you want to write, you know, on your vision board, which I'm looking at right now, I see Pinnacle Senior Vice President. And that's the goal. That is the ultimate long-term goal. And I look at that every day. All right. Because if I look at something every day, it becomes etched in your mind. You see it. All right. And then subconsciously your mind says, hey, this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to go ahead and achieve it. All right. And so I'm just going to go through a few numbers real fast. And I didn't really put together a formal training, but, you know, I told Xavier that I'll go through goal setting. And so if you guys have a pen or a paper, you know, take a few notes. I think we're recording this. But the first thing you guys want to do, all right, is write down your goals. It doesn't become real until you write it down. You know, in network marketing, we always say, hey, make a list, you know, write a list. And I hear some people that come in network marketing, and I did the same thing where I was like, well, I got my list in my phone. No, guys, it doesn't work that way. Okay, write things down, because when you write it down, all right, then you see it. All right, then it takes a little effort to do that. And then you're more likely to go ahead and achieve those goals. And then, guys, when you make your goals, you got to ask yourself why. All right, why do I want that goal? Why is it that I want to be a vice president? Why is it that, you know, I want to be a Pinnacle Senior Vice President? Why is it that I want to be a better person? Why is it that I want to, you know, maybe be a better parent? Why is it that, you know, I want to go ahead and attain whatever goal you are? Because if you ask yourself why and you can't answer that, then it's not really a goal for you. All right, and you got to realize that. So then ask yourself why. And then the third thing that I want to talk to you guys about is sometimes you're going to have to eliminate, you know, some of those goals. And I know eliminate means negative, has kind of a negative connotation, but, you know, Zig Ziglar always talks about, hey, if you set a goal, all right, and you say, I want to be a millionaire by December. Well, guys, guess what? We're almost in October. All right, and a lot of people haven't made more than $40,000 in their lifetime. All right, when you set a sort of an unrealistic goal, okay, then it becomes negative in your brain when you don't achieve it. Okay, and so, hey, make sure your goals, we're not saying don't dream. We're not saying not to dream big, all right? We all want to dream big, but make sure your goal is realistic, okay? My goal, right, was this month, hey, I want to be a regional vice president. That was my goal, all right? But I'm a vice president right now. Okay. And so I knew that if I work hard, I can go ahead and achieve that goal. But when you come into this business and you say, hey, I'm going to be a regional vice president in 2 weeks, I'm going to be a millionaire in 2 weeks. Well, guys, if you're setting that goal, that's kind of unrealistic. Okay. So you want to make sure your goals are realistic. They're attainable. Okay. And number 4, you know, what category, you know, do your goals fall in? We all have different kind of goals. All right, but there's a certain categories that they need to fall in. And I was also, you know, reading this book by Zig Ziglar, and he said the goals fall into physical, mental, spiritual, social, financial, career, or family. And so when you're making your goals, guys, you want to go ahead and categorize them in that, you know, and a lot of our goals, they fall into, you know, more than one category. All right. So focus on those goals that fall into 3 of the categories, 4 of the categories. You know, I have financial goals. All right. I want to go ahead and make sure that my wife is taken care of. I want to make sure that my mom is retired. Okay. I want to make sure that if I have to say no to my kids for something, it's not financial. Okay. It's because they didn't deserve it. All right. I want to be able to go ahead and donate more money to my church. You know, Alfred talks about it all the time, you know, giving. And I want to be able to do that more. So what does that fall into, guys? That falls into, you know, family. All right. It falls into financial. It falls into, you know, mental and spiritual. And then it falls into career. All right. And so you want to make sure that your goals kind of fall, you know, into those categories. And then you want to explore your goals as well. You know, ask yourself, will this goal that I reach, is it going to make me happier? Is it going to make me healthier? All right. Is it going to make me more prosperous? You know, is it going to make me secure? Will this goal, you know, bring the type of friends that I want in my life? Okay. Will it give me peace of mind? And, you know, if you're married or you're trying to pursue a relationship, guys, will this improve my family and, you know, my relationships? And then last but certainly not least, guys, I'm sorry, I got 2 more. You know, the 6th one, guys, is, hey, long range goals. All right. I told you I want to be, and I will not stop until I become a Pinnacle Senior Vice President. And I don't know if you guys were on the last Super Saturday, but they said they're about to announce another rank. Okay, so that goal is about to go up to Pinnacle Regional Senior Vice President or whatever it is that they're going to announce, okay? That's going to be the ultimate long-range goal. But before that, guys, you have to set short-term goals, okay? You have to set benchmarks, okay, where you're going to be in this certain amount of time. And then you have to hold yourself accountable. You have to say, hey, am I doing what it takes to get there? Sometimes I get on with agents and they say, hey, well, I'm not achieving my goals. And I say, okay, well, what did you do this week to achieve that goal? All right. Did you talk to, you know, 10 people a day, 15 people a day? All right. Did you hop on the webinars? Were you on the training? Because I didn't see you. All right. I'm seeing Xavier on the trainings. I'm seeing Rob on the trainings. I'm seeing all these leaders, the 6-figure earners. There's a reason why they're 6-figure earners. There's a reason why, guys, we're able to live the life that we live because we're committed to it. Okay. And so when you want to go, when you want to have a goal, that long range goal, you got to set short-term goals and you got to pay your dues in order to go ahead and hit those goals. And last but certainly not least, guys, your goals have to be ongoing. And what do I mean by that? You know, we always talk about constantly improving as people, as a person. You know, my ongoing goal, all right, is to get better and smarter every single day, to learn something every single day, to help people every single day. That is an ongoing goal that I have. And so that's what you want to do. And those goals are very important. And that's what's going to get you through these hard times. All right, that's going to get you through those times where, you know, your business, like Rob said, you have to rebuild over and over and over again, because you're going to be able to look at those goals. You're going to be able to reflect on your why. All right. And if that why makes you cry, all right, if that why is big enough, all right, you will achieve your goals. All right. Just follow the process. Matter of fact, you want to go ahead and embrace the process, because the process makes everything so much sweeter. Think about things that are given to people that they don't earn. A lot of the time they lose it. But when you earn this, when you build it, when you persevere, all right, Rob, I guarantee he appreciates, when he is vice president, he's going to appreciate vice president so much more than if he would hit it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Why? Because the process, you know, the process that he went through. All right, Xavier, all right, he appreciates being a senior vice president. Why? Because of the struggles that he went through, the process that this man went through building this thing. I remember he used to take Ubers to come meet me. I had no idea he didn't have a car. I had no idea that he was living with his mom. All right, I had no idea. All right, that's the type of commitment that it takes. All right, so ask yourself when you're going through these hard times, okay, what am I doing? All right, am I giving everything I got in order to reach my goal? Okay, a lot of the time we'll realize that we're not, that we can push a little harder. And I tell you what, guys, it's sweet. All right, once you achieve that goal, once I put on that green beret, once I went through those 2 years of training, I look back and I really did appreciate it. I appreciated, all of the struggle. All right, when I hit vice president, I appreciated the struggle. Guys, when I hit regional vice president, when I hit pinnacle, all right, I'm going to know and I'm going to appreciate the process. And so that's what I wanted to leave you guys with tonight. Appreciate the process, set your goals. And I tell you what, just believe in yourself, all right? Believe in your leaders, and I guarantee you'll hit it. I'm going to throw it back to you, Rob.
Hey, man, you hit it on all 7 spots. Like the 7 skills, that's exactly what it is, man. And again, shout out to you and congratulations on hitting pinnacle and advance, right? I'm going to just skip all the other titles and get it out the way. We appreciate everything that you do, man, and you are one of the pioneers of our team. You did come out here and build an organization out in Tampa and start showing that, man, look, even someone you could come in and take control. Everybody knew when Arnold came in. That's it. It was a wrap, man. But again, we appreciate you. I want to hand it over to the next speaker, and then we're gonna go over the top producers. I skipped over it, guys, but I'm not gonna forget. We're gonna give everybody.
And one more thing. I got to give a shout out to Ashley out there. That blue hair is fire. I'm just letting you know.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys can see it.
Shout out to Ashley Verdon with the blue hair, mermaid style. I see you. So, look, the next presenter that we have, man. Wow, this individual came in the business again, just like Arnold, swinging, opening up the market, right? Came in through, started hitting these titles like hitting R&R, hitting VP, RVP. Man, he's gonna be a senior vice president real soon. Right, he got a Bruno, got a Arnold, got a squad out here in Tampa. David Marquez, are you on the call, my brother? I wanted to hand it over to you so you could drop your story on the whole team as well.
Yes, I am. Can you hear me loud and clear?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. I want to give it back to you, Rob. Obviously, I know why this is a good opportunity for you to host it, because when I came in, I remember where you was at, and I seen you overcome, and so I just want to give it back to you, man. And I also want to give it back to Dr. Arnold Bogarty. He spread a lot of knowledge, and everything he said was true. I'm going to go ahead and kind of just elaborate. I know a lot of you guys know my story, but there's a couple things I'm going to go ahead and tell you tonight that you probably didn't know. And so I'm just going to be very real and transparent with you guys so you understand where I came from. I know Rob mentioned it before, that I was into network marketing and I was experienced, but it wasn't always like that. In fact, if I can share my screen with you guys, I don't know if you can enable me to get hosting rights. I just want to share a couple. None of this was really, I just started pulling it up.
I got you,
as
bro.
we were talking. Thank you, brother. So let me go ahead and see if I can pull it up here. Tell me if you can see it. Good?
Yep.
All right. So I used to be a DJ before, and I DJ'd because I really didn't have no other way to make money. For those that don't know, I was a convicted felon. At 14, I was tried as an adult for strong arm robbery and aggravated battery. I made bad decisions growing up as a child. I wasn't even an adult, but they tried me as an adult. Then I violated probation because I got into dealing drugs, right? Now, I say that because the topic is dealing with obstacles. So I dealt with a major obstacle having my children because it seemed like the system always pointed me back to doing what I had to do to provide for my family because I couldn't go out there and get a job. Now I did roofing, I did landscaping, I did everything you can think of just to provide for my family. But I always seemed to go back that route because that's what I knew. And so one day I was, and this is real, I basically got an opportunity because I was doing music, singing, and I played the guitar, as you can see it back there for those that don't know. I ended up going to Atlanta, and because of my priors, got pulled over and was looking at 30 years in prison because of what happened in Florida. They carried it on, and in Georgia, they don't play. So I already had my daughter, Jaylani, at the time. She was like a year old. When they told me 30 years, it opened up my eyes and showed me that this is not the lifestyle I wanted. I'd be 60 years old when I got out. So I decided that I prayed. I asked God, if you can get me out of this, I promise I'll never go back to dealing again. And so I get bonded out in Georgia. I come down to Florida, and the first thing I try to do is, how can I make money? Well, I already knew the way to make money. So I ended up doing what I know best, and I had a cop behind me. And when the cop followed me now I wasn't in my car, I was in another vehicle, and I knew knowledge of possession doesn't equal possession. And so I still got away with it, right? Thinking I did. And I ran to the bathroom to go inside of the gas station, and the cop says, where'd he go? I can hear him. And I hear the store clerk say he's in the bathroom. Immediately, I come out, and the cop says, let me see your driver's license and registration. And so he ended up taking me in because of a child support, suspension. And as he searched the vehicle, there he found the product. Now, knowledge of possession don't equal possession, but I went to jail that night, and I knew, because I'm out on bond in another spot, it can hurt me. So I'm over here, wondering what's going to happen to me. So I told my wife, I said, bond me out. I need to get out. And so I used the money that I had to pay for this attorney here in Florida. Meanwhile, I'm hoping they don't find out what happens in Georgia. And it's just a big mess. I'm already looking at 30 years. So I literally cried, man. Like I didn't have nowhere to turn. And so long story short, I hired an attorney out here. I said, I can't make it to court because I just don't want to get expedited and have them send me to Georgia. So after months of this and them going to court for me, I get a call and say, Mr. Marquez, your charges have been dropped because knowledge of possession doesn't equal possession. And so I was like, thank you, God. I'm never going back to this. So meanwhile, I'm handling it in Georgia. They offered me 8 years probation. So I made a pact and an agreement with our Lord and Savior. And I said, I will never go back to that. Those 8 years I cut off all my friends because they were up to no good. Like Arnold always says, you hang around 4 bums, you become the 5th one. It's true. And so I cut off all 4 of them. And I started going to church. I started hanging with my family. I started going to school, studying marketing. And that's how I was introduced to network marketing. I said, I knew it would give me the opportunity. We got bankers, we got doctors, we got felons, all starting out at the same level. And once I learned that, I said, this was it. And so I never went back to it. In fact, my sister-in-law at the time and my brother were trying to ask me, right, at the time for party favors. And I said, no. I said, I'm not involved in that. I ended up sleeping on the couch with my wife. My wife was upset with me that night. And at 6 o'clock in the morning, I get a call from her saying, David, we got to get up. Nicole killed herself. I was just with them 3 hours before. And I seen them. And she just had demons in her head. And that's when I realized a lot of people go through obstacles, but they don't realize that everything is a season. Hurricane season. I like Dr. Miles Monroe. He said it best. I like that term hurricane season, even though he lives in the Bahamas. And Chris can attest to this. But hurricane season is just a season. See, what you go through, I don't regret none of that I went through. See, my ships were burnt. A lot of people had the opportunity to go get jobs. I couldn't. As a convicted felon, I couldn't get a job at Burger King. So that pushed me to do what I had to do. So I don't regret it one bit. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I'm at today. And even though I was still in, I got involved in sales at an early age, I tell people I did. But I really was supposed to be using that to help people, right? And so that's what I loved about this industry. It gave people and not me, like me, an opportunity. And so I want to share with you guys how I started. So I had to DJ to make ends meet, right? To get out of that. And I wasn't paying all the bills. In fact, I ended up owning a cell phone repair shop. So this is that cell phone repair shop. Hopefully you guys can see it, because there it goes right there. That was me pulling it up, trying to get out the DJ life so I can provide for my family and not be out at nights and on the weekends. And so that was us opening up the store with another, I'm not going to put his business out there, but we basically had to become entrepreneurs ourselves. And so I invested $5,000. He invested $5,000. We opened up this cell phone repair shop. Well, because of the lawyer fees, a lot of people don't know this. I didn't just sell my business because I wanted to be, this entrepreneur. I sold it so I could pay my attorneys. And that's when I was led to becoming an employee. I ended up working at this place, this little call center called UMA. But ironically, you never know how God operates, because it was the same company in training that I ran into Xavier Marrero. And that's when he introduced me later on. Now, I introduced him to another company. Like I said, I found out about network marketing through a travel club company. I just wanted to get involved in something that I could get passionate about. I heard about the industry. I said, well, let me get involved. I wanted to open up my own. They said, you got to have money, you got to have lawyers, you got to have all this stuff. But I just wanted to get involved so I could learn the industry. So I got in and I joined a company that was dealing with travel. I started taking all these trips. But at the end of the day, my wife said, we need to get a house. And so I ended up going through another obstacle. I had child support judgments, right? So they wanted me to be able to prove that, the judgment isn't going to hurt me. See, no lender's going to give you a loan on a home knowing that a lien could be put on it if you have a judgment. And so 6 days left to closing, me and my wife got denied. Literally got denied with 6 days left. Lost my appraisal money, inspection money, and almost lost my wife. She was like, why the hell I marry you if you had all this debt? But luckily, we already had kids, so we was married. And so she didn't divorce me, right? We didn't leave. But I got serious, I got focused. I reached out to Xavier. I seen him promoting the credit repair, and that's when he introduced it to me. Changed my life forever. Went from this, right? And just for those that don't know, I didn't have the money to get involved in my first company because I was damn near broke. But I pawned my music equipment just so I can have the money to start in my first network marketing company. So I get a lot of people that say, oh, I don't have the money. And if you want something bad enough, you'll make time for it. You'll do whatever it takes, man. If I told you right now, I'll give you my Mercedes-Benz for $288, would you find it? Would you find that money in the next 2 hours? Damn right. So I don't hear that excuse. But this was my why. And if you don't have a why, guys, that's why you won't succeed. I woke up every morning thinking 30 years or 30 or my lifetime with these children. And that's why I never went back. And so we ended up closing, getting our credit fixed, becoming a product of the product. But I mean, I had a lot of obstacles, guys. I had a lot of people that knew my past before. They didn't believe me. They thought I was up to no good. And I literally had to deal with rejection, family rejection, wife rejection. I mean, I got shot down so bad. It was literally reading the Bible and just hearing, this is just a season. Eventually, I'm going to overcome it. Storms come and they wipe things out. They wipe things that aren't strong. You may have somebody that's in your organization that, you know, claims to be this claim, but then a storm happens and boom, they're gone, right? First hot day, they wither away. That's how it is. But that doesn't stop you. That shit, you know how many times I had to rebuild my organization? You know how many times I had people that were RSDs poison our organization and literally leave? I had to let them leave our organization, literally submit an email to allow them to go because I didn't want that cancer in our organization. And what ended up happening? We regrew, we rebuilt, right? That's what happened. And then I was able to meet another gentleman, right? Whoever wants to be a leader amongst you got to be a servant leader. You got to be able to go out there and help others, right? So I just want to share with you a couple of things that I went through and a couple of verses that stuck out to me. You know, in Joshua 1:9, it says, have I not commanded you, be strong and courageous. Don't be afraid. Don't be discouraged. For the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go, right? I always had that in my mindset. Another one, Ezekiel 34:26. I will send down showers in season, right? It's the season. There will be showers of blessing to come after that, right? Like, for example, I listened to Dr. Miles Monroe. He said it best. In the winter, you don't throw away your swim trunks because you know summer will come eventually. And that's how you got to think, guys. If you're going through it, it's only temporary. You can't be broke forever, right? Being broke is a season. You won't be broke forever. That's the good news. And then the last one, Ecclesiastes 3. To everything there is a season, right? It's always repeated in the Bible. And so I ended up going, well, obviously those are other people's success, from getting my house to getting the Mercedes to making what I couldn't get a job, but now by the grace of God and being, you know, committed, consistent, now by the grace of God, you know, I don't have to look for work. I enjoy what I do. None of us are getting paid for this right now, but we do it because we love what we do. And so, I mean, I've been torn down, man. This was my house, you know, and I'm going to end it. I just want to say, when I was building my network marketing career, I couldn't pay the bills. I had my church give me money. You know, I was literally, even when I was successful, even when I was in ESD, there was a couple weeks where I had retractions, negative. I thought I was going to get at least $300. And it was a negative $1,400 retraction. So I owed the company money as an ESD. But I never stopped. Imagine if I would have quit then. Now, the money is ridiculous. And I don't say that to boast or brag upon you, but a felon, DJ, no knowledge, could do it. Anyone could do it with the right mindset. In fact, anyone could do it, but we have a few that did do it. I got this gentleman right here that I met over a year ago, and he went to go hire me as a DJ because he had a magazine, and another DJ referred him to me. See, you never know how God works. And this gentleman comes to me in one of our meetings, and he's like, damn, why you dress so sharp? And I said, well, I'm doing this credit thing, and you ought to check it out. It's good. And he ended up not going that meeting, but the very next week he called me, and he said, I'm going to come to that meeting. He came to the meeting at USF dressed up in his shoes, right? A lot of people know him by his shoes. And I said, man, you looking sharp today. He said, yeah, I came to see it. After he saw that meeting, his focus shifted like none of the agents I've had. Now, I've had, you know, a lot of people don't know Arnold came from the background and was successful. But this gentleman came from Haiti, right? A lot of people know who I'm talking about. But I'll tell you the truth. I had obstacles, right, that I told you about as a convicted felon. But imagine I sat there and prejudged this gentleman thinking because of his accent, he wouldn't do good. Why? Because everybody would think he, you know, imagine we get a lot of people on Facebook that hit us up from Nigeria and different countries trying to do our business. So I got and I can admit that because you know why? We all do it. People look at me. Maybe when I told you I was a convicted felon, you looked at me different. But you know what? This gentleman went ahead and in 4 months calls me, right? Now, that's him stocking at Walmart, right? That's what he used to do. But in 4 months of this business, as a student, and I'm sure he'll tell you, he got so discouraged from family, friends, even the people at Walmart laughed at him. But guess what? He called me up and said, I need you to be on Facebook Live tomorrow morning at 10:30. I said, why? He said, I'm going to fire my boss. I said, why are you going to do that? He said, because what I made every week, I don't make all month over there. And I need to help my people. And I said, that's a good enough reason to run it. And that's what happened. He went on live. He fired his boss. Then he sent me this. And I'm going to see. Hopefully you don't, you can see right there. Oh, you can't see the check. But it was over $7 grand for the week. Now, obviously that's more than what that man made probably in 2-3 months over there at Walmart. This is for a week. He said, forever grateful, man. Thanks for this opportunity. And so with that being said, I'm going to end it not on me, but on this gentleman because his testimony is powerful. In fact, I'm going to give it back to Rob because I know him and Rob grew a bond too. And they, I'd rather have Rob also bring him in. But I'm just blessed to be a part of everybody here and all the testimonies. And I just wanted to share mine. Hopefully, it hits home to somebody that felt discouraged, whether it's through the business or how people looked at you. So on that note, man, thank you guys for allowing me the opportunity to share this. God bless. And Rob, I'll give it back to you.
Thank you, bro. Wow. Man, I'm sure everybody on here is feeling the same way. And I wanna give it back to you and Arnold, man, for being so transparent. That's one thing that us as leaders, and I've learned, especially recently, is very powerful when you really tell somebody yes. You can't fake that. You can't fake nothing. That was not scripted. You see him pulling up the pictures just from there's nothing about this call scripted. So when you tell them about the obstacles and from all different aspects of life, how they've been able to get through, again, congratulations to you, bro. The house, I see you as a father. You know what I mean? You hustle. You had to hustle your way to the top. And most people don't got the hustle in them like that to keep going like that. So huge salute to you and what you've been able to do, Arnold, as well. Bruno, yeah, we definitely going to talk about my brother in a moment. But I don't want to skip over the top recruiters. I already did that. So, guys, let me go into Relentless top producers so I can read them off, right? We want to give these people their recognition as well. I don't want to leave anybody behind. And we're going to start off with with customers, right? So it's kind of right to lead into the first one. Anybody want to guess who's number one? Right? Shout out to Bruno for number one with 43 enrollments. Jesus. All right. Number two, we got Zandra Valles with 31. Shout out to Zandra. Number three, right? My other half, Raisa Otero, RPP. I see you. 29. We got Arnold Bogarty right after that with 21, killing it. Shout out to Anthony Winters with 21. God's plan, that's one of ours, man. He's only been in the business for like 70 days, man. He's killing it. Congratulations to you, my brother. Stephanie Lopez, we know that name. She's always on top producer, man. Quiet assassin out there with 16. We got, if I said it incorrectly, I apologize. I think it's Nairobi, LI, if I said that correct, with 13. We got Luis Rodriguez with 11. And we got two tied at 9 and 10 with Stephanie Arroyo and Austin Carbonera, if I said that right. If I mistake your name, I'm sorry, right? But congratulations to you guys, top 10. We got top 10 in sales producers. You're going to hear a lot of the same names, right? We're leading it with Bruno, followed with Raisa. We got Arnold after that, Stephanie Lopez and that before. We got Anthony Kelly at number 5, David Marquez. All the leaders, man. Shout out to you guys. Keep killing it. Zandra Valles there at number 6, Anthony Winters, Stephanie Arroyo, and Bethany Roy. So shout out to you guys. And then we're going to talk about the recruiter. All right, listen, somebody got to come after Bruno. Like Bruno's wilding. Like I'm tired of seeing his name at the top. I love you, bro, but we got to take you off of there. Number 13 agents plus 43 customers. Bro, you're not human. I need you over back at my house as soon as I get back. Raisa number 2 with 11, right? Another beast, and then followed by the unmasked killer, right? Natalie Rodriguez. Shout out to her, number 6. We got Elijah McNeil with 5. Livingston Baptiste with 5. I'm sorry if I said that correctly. We got Robert Moore with 4. We got Anthony Kelly with 4. Evelyn Rosa with 4. Paul Hendricks and Prince Brown, if I said that right. So shout out to all the top producers, man, for Relentless. Keep doing what you're doing. There's 3 days left. A lot could be done, right? You can still end at the top 10 in the last 3 days. I was talking with Alfred earlier today, and just to give you some insight on what they've been able to do, that man woke up with $9.5 million this morning and with $10 million as of now. Over $500,000 in business in 1 day with his organ. You never know. I remember going to Massachusetts and seeing the Mass Killers produce 13,000 or 15,000 in 1 day when their leader wasn't even there. I remember they was picking me up and they had me doing meetings, and I was like, man, y'all bugging out here. Like, it was crazy, right? So guys, you never know, man. 72 hours, there's a lot that you can make happen. It's not over yet. Pick your head up, right? That's what this is about. Pick your head up. In 72 hours, you can make more money than you made all month. Like, go out there and get this thing done, right? And we're gonna lead into the next speaker. We got 2 more stories, and then we're gonna lead it off to let Xavier end it. Lucinda, I see that you're on the call. I want to give you a huge shout out and congratulations at where you're at. Man, I've seen you grow so much in this business. I feel like the stepfather to that organization. So I've been seeing you guys grow so much, man. I'm just so proud of you. And I've seen you go through a lot of your own struggles and go from Springfield to starting a market in Puerto Rico and then coming back and coming here. And man, I'm just excited to see you at your title now as an ESD, real close to. We talk about our volume all the time. We're like, yo, where you at? You at 80-something? All right, I'm almost at 90. You better catch up. So she's becoming like a little sis to me, man, and I'm excited to have you on here. I want you to share with the team a little bit about your journey and how you got to this point right now as well. If you can hear me, it's all on you.
Thank you so much, Rob. Can you hear me? Thank you. I appreciate it. I definitely want to give it back to you. You are definitely the big brother I never had. So thank you for everything you've done for our organization. You know, you're part of our team. If Raisa could buy that leg from Xavier, she would have done that a long time ago. But definitely want to give it back to the leaders. Arnold, David, wow, your stories are amazing. I've been on every training and I swear it's like I hear and learn new things each and every time. So thank you guys. Xavier, Raisa, I definitely want to give it back to you guys as well. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be here. 2 years ago, September 17th of 2018, I started this business. I did not start because I wanted to help people fix their credit. No, I wanted to fix my very own. Tomorrow is actually my 2-year anniversary, so I'm very thankful. With that being said, my credit score was shot. I didn't know what was affecting it. Of course, I went to college, didn't do what I wanted to do in college. I quit that. I was working 2 full-time jobs. I was a banker and I was a part-time check casher at a liquor store. I was working from 7:45 a.m. all the way to 11 o'clock p.m. So talk about time freedom. I had none. So just with this opportunity, I was able to fast forward 30 days in the business. I was able to see a 200-point increase on my credit score, which was amazing. I got my buying power back. I was able to purchase a new car, jet ski, motorcycle, you name it. I went and I got it because I got my buying power back. So thank you, Raisa. Fast forward to February 2019 convention. Convention was absolutely amazing. Changed my life completely. I went by myself. I met amazing team people. I'm telling you, I've met sisters, brothers, you name it. I have a whole family out there that I never knew, but we created bonds. I never missed a training. I've always remained the 3 C's, like they say: committed, coachable, and consistent. In this business, you have to remain those 3 C's. I came back from Vegas on fire. I was like, you know what? I came back. I talked to my better half. I told him, I was like, I can't do this 9 to 11 life, 7 to 11. Can't do this no more. He told me, go for it. Give your 2-week notice. Quit your job. I have your back 100%. So if it wasn't for my better half supporting me 100%, I would have never walked away from corporate America. So then 2 weeks fast forward, I walked away from corporate America on live. I did the same thing that Bruno did. My mentor told me, go on live, forget them. I definitely did. I was clocking out. I couldn't even clock out. They already had replaced me. So little did I know, within a month, I said I was moving to Puerto Rico. I moved to Puerto Rico, but before I moved to Puerto Rico, I said I was gonna become a sales director. I went to Raisa. Raisa was like, you sure about that? I said, oh yeah, we're gonna make it happen. I literally was at her house every single day at 8 or 9 a.m. Rob is my testament. He came to Springfield, definitely was making me and Raisa coffee. Thank you, brother. But I was committed. I was consistent. I made sure that I was gonna reach that goal within my 30 days. I did it in 2 weeks. Then I went to Puerto Rico, April 4th, 2019. I got on that plane and I said I was gonna change my life. I was gonna go open a new market. Little did I know, in Puerto Rico, everybody looked at me like I was crazy. What is this white girl doing over here talking about fixing credit? We've been scammed. She's not gonna do this. So little did I know, my business was crumbling. I thought I was gonna open a market. I thought I was gonna kill it. I was like, shoot, I'm gonna be the Raisa in Puerto Rico. No, I was not the Raisa in Puerto Rico. I was Lucinda, stressed out. So I reached out to Raisa because I've always been, every day I can call her 4, 5, 6 times. I think Rob's sick of me, but whatever. But then again, I started listening to what she said. Start doing this, start doing that. Go get a photo shoot, start posting more. Post more about yourself. I hated posting pictures of myself. I absolutely used to be like, I'm fat. Why? These people don't need to know about me. But people don't just look at your credit post. They want to look at you. So I dug deep. I dug into my why. I figured it out. I thought about it. Couple months later, I decided I was coming back home to Springfield. I came back. I lost my title. Because I did. I wasn't perfect. I lost my title. My whole team crumbled. I only had my day one with me, which was Rosemary. And I give it to her and I thank her for being there from day one. And she was always by my side. Raisa was always by my side. And little by little, we got our title back, sales director. I came back home. I got off that plane and I was straight to work. Couple days later, my grandfather passed away. My world crumbled. He was my everything. And I'm forever thankful. And I know he's watching me from up there because I'm finally doing what I said I was going to do. My mom thought I was crazy when I quit my job. Everybody was like, what are you doing? I came back. We went to Vegas and that fire was double of what it was in 2019. In 2020, I came back with Rosemary, my day one. We ended up building a massive organization. I found more agents. I created my team again. And in a couple months, I hit RSD. I didn't think I would be there. And then a month later, I hit ESD. Not even 2 months in RSD, I hit ESD, which is amazing and it's crazy. Never in a million years did I think I was gonna hit back to back. And I was just like dumbfounded. A lot of people want to talk about discouragement. Get that word out of your vocabulary. That word should not even exist. Listen, I had no money. I couldn't afford my ticket to convention. I'm forever grateful for the leaders on our team. They put money together to get me there. And if it wasn't for them, look at me now. I am still kicking butt towards vice president because I said it. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. When I hit ESD, I went to my family and I was like, guys, let's celebrate. I hit another goal in our business. And what did they do? They looked at me like, what is that? But I didn't care. I was like, you know what? I'm going to prove them wrong. I'm going to prove them wrong when I hit vice president. And I'm this close, and I can smell it. I can taste it. I know I'm going to get there, and I'm going to celebrate, and I'm going to show them. Guys, don't get discouraged. Everyone's story is different. People can hit vice president in a month, 3 months. We have aliens. We have Raisa, that's an alien. She hit in a short period of time. We have Natalie that came in and killed the game. She hit RSD in 73 days. I don't know if I said it right, but she's going to kill me later. But guys, you can do it. Everyone's different. Trust the process. Love your process. You guys can do it. Okay? And I'm going to give it back to Rob because I could keep going all night.
Oh, I did not mute you, I promise. Can you guys hear me? Yeah. Yo, Lucinda, hey, that was awesome, man. Look, we appreciate you. What's cool is that we all seen you do that. We seen you taking the trips. We seen you stay close to the fire. That's one thing. And guys, from all the stories that you hear, I don't know if you guys are seeing a resemblance of certain things that after the rain, it was like double ranks and triple ranks and back-to-back months, and you had to go through a certain period of time of building and restructuring yourself and then your team too. Like, so, and that's what a lot of this is, man, is self-development, growing into your title, like becoming that leader in the title, right? And that's what I always looked at. I looked at RSD, like, you know, and these titles that we're at, that is just building us to become vice presidents. The pressure, right? X could tell you as an SVP what he goes through on a daily. Everybody wants that title, but can you handle it if it was given to you right now? Most likely not. You got to grow into that. You got to go through some stuff, right? So we're going to lead into one of the last stories, right? Like Arnold said, David said, man, this has become this is my twin. I'm the white version, right? Bruno, shout out to my brother. I'm so proud of him, man. His story is so remarkable. Like, I remember from day one listening to him and not knowing what he was saying, but I was excited to hear what was coming out of his mouth. But it was like, man, keep talking, bro, but I don't know what you're talking about right now, but it sounds amazing. The energy was always there. You know, from the beginning, the shoes, I remember that everybody remembers the spike shoes. Those are the classics right there. But we've seen him persevere too. We've seen him coming to every event. We've seen him making it to convention when he didn't have money to feed himself. He'll tell his story. You guys know his story. But to see him right now is if we going into almost RVP and he about to knock it out the park. To see him going from Walmart to doing what he's doing now, man, it's the income that this man is making. 43 customers in them. Yo, y'all got to get this man some love in the chat. Like 43 customers this month. I think last month, the month prior to that, man, this man has been putting in work and just a tremendous leader. Bruno, man, you know I could be on this all day about you, bro. I appreciate you. We talk almost every day now. And I know we've been talking about celebrating a couple of titles, but it's all good, bro. We're going to be in the mansion. I hear you. I see you. You looking sharp. My brother, take it away, bro.
Brother, man.
Yeah.
Man, first thing I want to go ahead and do, like always, man, just go ahead and give it back to my Savior, Jesus Christ. If it wasn't for him, none of this one would be possible. Go ahead and give it back to the mentors, man, Mr. Xavier Marrero, Mr. David Marquez, for just, you know, paving the way. And also, you know, I heard tonight from, you know, Mr. Arnold Borgedy and also Miss Lopez, man. I mean, very phenomenal stories, man. I'm over it, you know, every time, you know, I heard the story is bringing fire to me, you understand me? And also my brother, shout out to you, man. You understand? I mean, we've been talking every day, you know, so it's always a pleasure, man. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and bring my story to you guys. That's 4 things I really want you guys to pay attention. The first one is faith, right? This is part of my story. The second one is manifestation, right? And the third one is sacrifice, right? And the fourth one is the work, right? So, but guys, I've been here for 4 years in the country. Very, very soon, we finish 5 years on the country, man. when I first got here, my first day, I was looking at the building, and I tell the guy who come pick me up at the airport, I said, man, I'm gonna be so rich. I'm gonna have so much money, man. It's just crazy. And you looking at me and said, man, you okay? Everything good with you? It was just like that. So I get home and I was going to YouTube, start learning English, and try to do so many different things, guys, because I had a big vision, but I never have the thing that, gonna take me where I really want to be. So I started an online magazine. God knew this is how I have to meet David. Right? So when I was working at Walmart, going to work, man, wake up every 2 a.m. and go to work at 3 a.m. It was hard. And I said, you know what, man, I gotta change this one. So I start with the magazine. I had a festival. I met David. And when I see this opportunity, guys, being honest with you, I did not have the money. My checking account was negative $584. I had only $303 on my credit card. I want to go ahead and thank Mr. David. When I thank him, you might not understand. I did not have the money to start either. I had $303 on my credit card. And I tell him, I said, bro, listen, if you let me start with this opportunity, I'm going to pay you off there. I'm going to pay you to be the DJ off there. Just let me sign up and you still going to come and play for me. And he said, cool. We cool with that. You let me sign up with FES and still be the DJ at the festival because I did not have the money to pay him. So guys, after I sign up, I got home, I tell everybody about it. Everybody shut me down. They said, Bruno, you crazy. Like, you speak English, nobody could understand you. You have a 1997 Toyota Corolla. Like how this one gonna work for you? It's just not make sense. What is your credit score? My credit was a 513 at that time. Like, what are you talking about? And one of my family members said, you know what? I'm going to tell everybody that to do not sign up with you because those people are going to put you in trouble. You want to have yourself back to Haiti? This is what you want? And I say, man, this is going to work. And everybody shut me down, man. Every kid in the family was laughing. And like, man, look at you. You're crazy. You're going to reach. You're going to make money. I had the vision. And for a month, we've been putting the work. We did not make no money, man. And I was working. I was putting the work, but I had the vision. I believe one day it's gonna happen. That's what I'm telling you. Faith. You gotta believe it. You gotta see it. Then you gotta manifest it. I went to when I'm gonna take shower, guess what happened? I'm practicing how I'm gonna speak on training, how I'm gonna train a whole team, when I'm gonna go to VP University. Everything that happened right now, I start manifesting those things way before it happened. When my checking account, I have a video, guys. When my checking account negative, guess what happened? I'm doing a video. And I said, man, look at my checking account right now, broke guy, and soon become a millionaire. This is crazy. Some of you don't have the courage enough to do that. Come on, man. And you are in a business that's producing millionaires? Like, and you say, yeah, I'm going to work. No, this is not working like that. You got to manifesting things. Where you want to be? Are you the next VP? Are you the next EVP? Are you the next Pinnacle? Like, you got to start manifesting things. Because I'm telling you, in December, when Mr. David called me and said, bro, man, if you don't show up in this convention, man, you're gonna miss out. I said, wow. I don't have money. I have to pay my car insurance. I have to pay my phone. I got to pay so many things, and I have to take $600 for hotel and so many other things. I said, man, what I'm gonna do? Fast forward, guys. I know those bills gonna hit my checking account. I bought my ticket. I take the money before they take it. I invest and went to Vegas my first time in February 2019. The last day, because of my ego, when David was asking me, because the first day they bought me food, the second day, the third day, and I was like, man, I could not be a man and let those people taking care of me like that. That's crazy, man. And the last day I stayed, man, they would be like, Bruno, where you are? I did not pick up my phone. I did not went to eat because I felt like, you know, I wasn't a man enough, man, to let people taking care of me for 5 or 4 days. I did not eat, guys, for a whole day, drinking water. When I saw Mr. Alfred Nixon, I went to him and I said, man, I gotta take a picture of you, man. I'm the copy and paste of you. And he was looking at me and I said, okay, let's go ahead. And I take the picture of him. The other day, me and him, we was talking about this one and I tell him, I said, you don't remember, man, I told you this one in Vegas. Right? So, guys, I went to sleep. The next day, we got to come back to Tampa. I did not have enough money, guys. I was almost passed out at the plane because I could not even have money to buy food enough to drink water even at the plane because Spirit charge you for even the bottle of water. So I had to, it was hard, man. I went to the bathroom looking for water to put on my face. I could not find water. And I was like, man, that's crazy. And when I get to the airport, David's wife was like, Bruno, you okay? You need me to, you know, get a taxi, Uber for you? I said, man, I'm good. I'm good. And not knowing how I'm going to get home. No, I did not even know how I'm going to get home. I called my uncle. He said, bro, I cannot pick you up over here. You gotta walk almost 30 minutes in the highway just to meet me. So I walked and I met him. He dropped me off and I said, enough is enough. I said, sometimes some people is chilling right now. You don't want to do the work. They telling you to create a list. They telling you to call everybody. They telling you to do, guys, Erica can tell you, I share this one with my leaders all the time. I tell them after Vegas, I call people and I tell them, if you don't sign up, I'm going to kill myself. It's not serious, man. I was like, you know what? I was like, enough is enough. I got to make this one work. This is the last time I'm being broke like that. And we're putting some work. We went to Vegas in February, back in March 8, 2019, we quit our job after making so much money. Now we start making money, we make money, and we got distracted. And we start losing money. And we start getting a lot of distraction. And we have to rebuild again. If you're in the process to rebuild right now, you're not the only one. And I had to cry and I had to pray and I said, God, you're gonna let me go back to work? I just get a new car. How I'm gonna pay it? I'm behind on my car. People know me as a RSD. And man, God, what you wanna do with me? I could not even sleep. I have to wake up sometimes, you know, check to see if my car is, you know, just to see if my car is outside. Because I don't know if they not pick the car up. I was like, oh my gosh, what I'm gonna do? But I did not back to a job. I make this one work. I reach out to people. I make sacrifice going to training. And the moment that I had to pay my car, I asked people for money to help my team go to training. Me, Erica, Beverly, we went to a training in Atlanta. They did not know until a few months ago that the last day when they were talking to me and be like, what happened? What's going on? I was hungry. I did not have food on my stomach until I reached out to David on the training. I said, bro, you got to come outside, man. I'm hungry, man. I'm hungry, bro. Like, and David said, man, okay, let me cash up you. Let's do this. Because I know I cannot bring the problem to my downline, not because I'm not transparent, because I know it's not a good thing to just bring your problem to the downline. Right now, if you are having problem, if you're having drama in your guy, don't bring it to your downline. This is not good. Guys, fast forward, coming back to Tampa, and we start getting momentum back again. We start, you know, back to normal, getting our faith, getting more manifestation, manifest more things. And we say, you know what? We're gonna stay focused. We're gonna work the business. We're gonna work the business. Guys, We basically work the business. When the pandemic coming, man, for a lot of people, it's a struggle, and prayer to everybody. But I'm telling you, this is definitely a blessing. We make money that we never make in our life. Nobody in our family never made that money before. I will not say that to brag, guys. It's just definitely a blessing. So if you are going through problem right now, if things is not going the way you expect them to be, don't quit. Don't quit. Because if I was quit, guys, I will never miss those moments. Just in September, not to brag, guys, just in that month, it's not even over yet. We already 15 grand. I'm not a doctor. I don't have a license, barely speak English, been in the country for 4 years. And you see those ones, you see them. Think about this one if I was quit. If I would say, you know what, man, my family laugh at me. The first month it was not working. You know what, I had to rebuild again. You know what, you know what, and you know what? Think about those things, man. You can't quit. You can't quit. No matter how hard it is. No matter what's going through right now in your life and your business. Stay focused, man. There's no coincidence. You are definitely meet your mentor, meet that person that's put you in this business for a reason. Learn the business. Have faith. Manifestation. Manifest where you want to be, what you want to be in the business. Willing to make sacrifice. And then the last thing is putting the work. I'm going to pass it back to you, Mr. Rob Santiago, my brother, man.
Yeah, bro. Man, I'm gonna be like Billy Scott. Like, how you gonna pass me the potato when it's hot like that and it's about to blow up? Like bro, every time, man. If people are not inspired by your story, they're not people, bro. We so proud of you. And then that number at the end, it made my eyes cross. That was crazy. $15,000, $16,000 this month. You deserve every penny, bro. You and your team. You guys earned that. Not just you, Erica, Bev. Shout out to them. They right there with you too. You right there with your team from the get, and they know the sacrifices that you made to get them to where they are, to see you where you got, bro. That you got ride or dies here. So we all love you, man. We appreciate you. And thank you for sharing and being transparent as always, man. So I'm a hand it off before again, we could be here all day. And I know it's a little longer than expected, but these stories need to be respected, man. You need to play this video over and over again if you're feeling unmotivated, right? Because these leaders, man, have been through it. And then I get to let us close this call off with our senior vice president. This is probably the last public call that we have in front of the team before the end of the volume month. So I get to publicly thank him in front of everybody for everything that he's done, for the whole organization of top leaders to be where we are, right? All of these stories that you heard, all of them came first. If it wasn't for X being here and taking that leap, none of us would have had the motivation to really go through and get through what we've been through. So, bro, hitting this title, huge. Much respect. You know, I could go all day, bro. But he's going to get into a little bit about discourages because he had to go through all them struggles first. I remember being at the hotels when the cars was repo. I remember when we were walking into the parking lot in the embassy and the car's gone. Like, I remember us staying in the hotel with no heat, no AC. I mean, like, man, and I came to Xavier's house almost every day. 45-minute drive from St. Pete every day. And I remember the one, and I'll never forget it. I remember asking, I was like, bro, my tank is on E, and I'm in St. Pete. Like, that's only God's push to get to your house. But I need to go. I have to be there. I have to be around you. I have to be around that environment so we could keep building. I mean, I leave this man house at 2 o'clock in the morning, show back up at 6. We were hungry. When I came in, I seen him hit regional sales director, 25K, to now the number that we always spoke about, $1 million a month in business. Seeing his change his whole life, our lives, all of our lives here has changed. Can we give some love to our SVP in the chat, man? Do it for me. Can we get some ones? Fire. If I had to, I would have, I would have put it out there. But X, we all want to thank you for everything that you've done. This 90 days is just the momentum. We about to see you at a whole another level. You won't be at SVP long, my brother. For the meantime, I'm gonna put our SVP on the line. If you hear me loud and clear, please take it away and end the call. How you do, my brother?
Wow, man. First of all, back to God like always, man. If it wasn't for him, we definitely would not be here. And obviously to my brother, you know, someone that I had the honor to just grow a crazy bond relationship with, you know, blood, sweat, and tears putting together so many different times and so many different situations. I want to give it back to you, my brother Rob. So thank you so much. Thank you for hosting this call. Thank you for every single leader that got on here, dropped some nuggets, and then even the testimonies. Man, look, Lucinda, I already know her testimony. That's crazy. And then Bruno just came and dropped the mic. Man, I was over here getting emotional, honestly, because the shit is real, guys. Like, this thing, what we talking about, this is real. You know, I hear the word I'm discouraged. I'm like, what do you mean discouraged? What does discouraged mean to you? Because what discouraged means to me is completely opposite of what it means to you. You discouraged because you didn't hit a title? I'm discouraged because I couldn't afford to pay a bill. You discouraged because you didn't get an enrollment? I'm discouraged because I was homeless with a 12-year-old son. You discouraged because that person you thought was going to support you didn't support you? I was discouraged because I was just going through a divorce with somebody I was with for 15 years at the age of 30. What are you discouraged about? You invested $288 for a reason. Arnold said it earlier. What is your why? If your why doesn't make you cry, it ain't strong enough. See, at the end of the day, Bruno said you got to manifest. When you manifest, that means you got to see a vision. See, when you see that vision, you have to be real with yourself and understand that there's going to be obstacles before you reach that goal. So every single time an obstacle came up, it was okay. See, I embraced it. Arnold told you when we was first meeting up, my car already got repoed by that time. I was already homeless. You think that stopped me from making the meetings that I had to make sure I got myself and, more importantly, my son out that situation? No. See, that didn't distract me. That gave me motivation to go out there and make it happen. Oh, I didn't have a ride? Well, let me make up some money real quick, go sell jewelry or my sneakers or a hat or something that has some type of value to get enough money to get on an Uber to go meet my next top leader. And y'all gonna call me sometime and tell me, oh, I couldn't make it to the meeting because I didn't have enough gas? See, people want titles, but they don't want the responsibilities. See, I'm going to talk to you tonight probably the way you didn't expect me to, but we got to keep it 100. Because at the end of the day, when you're part of Relentless, that's exactly what we are. We're relentless. We don't stop just because somebody got caught up in their feelings. We don't stop because something happened in our lives. Guys, in November of last year, I was in Atlanta. November last year in Atlanta, Georgia. Got on stage in front of hundreds of people. But right before I got on stage, I got a phone call that my grandma just passed away. Right before I get on stage, the grandma that raised me from Puerto Rico passed away. You don't think that's discouraging? But I had a job to do. It was my duty to still get up on stage and train the people that are expecting me to be up on stage training, period. What are you talking about? You discouraged? I got people on this call right now that family members done survived cancer. Family members are going through cancer. I got people on this call right now that are going through some financially messed up situation. Health is all messed up. And still not once told me they were discouraged. Because it's motivation to get to the next level. See, people wake up and they don't really chase their dream. They wake up and they think about their dreams. They wake up and they speak about their dreams. They wake up and they post up about their dreams. But who's really out here working? Who really wakes up in the morning to get to work? And then you're going to call me and tell me you're discouraged? You're discouraged because you're not working. Guys, I worked my ass off for 6 months before I even hit the title as sales director. You got people that do it in 6 days. 6 months. You don't think in the beginning I was that individual that didn't know nothing? See, you guys know Xavier Marrero, now the senior vice president, but no one knew Xavier Marrero, the agent. No one remembers that person. No one remembers Xavier, the broke person, that their accounts was in, his accounts was in negative. That his son is asking him, yo, dad, school's about to start. Are you going to be able to give me a pair of sneakers? No one remembers that Xavier. But the crazy thing is, when I had the most amount of what is considered discouragements, was the same time frame I had the most amount of motivation. Because when I looked at myself, I said, I'll be damned if I have to ask permission to go chill with my son. So I couldn't have a job. I'd be damned if I'm limited to a certain dollar amount. So I couldn't have a specific career. And I'd be damned if I'm told who I got to work with and when I got to go to work. So I chose a different route. But when I chose this different route, I knew for a fact that the work had to be put in, but the reward was going to be there. See, like how Bruno stated, I have already pictured all this. Before I became vice president, senior vice president, Rob will tell you the conversations we had. We had the conversations like we were the senior vice presidents at that time. We operated and moved like we were the senior vice president at that time. So what's discouraged? How can you be discouraged when you're chasing your dream? When you're chasing something that no one can see but you? And life happens. Guys, you know how many deaths I had within my family in the last 3 years? My entire career with FES? Plenty. And we ain't talking about deaths that, oh, okay, they were old. Okay, they had health issues. This was something that was expected. It was just a matter of time. No, my life ain't that pretty. You guys look at me because of the title and because of the income and think life is sweet. Life ain't always sweet. Us as leaders, we want to wake up sometimes and quit. You don't think we have a lot of weight on our back? You don't think these titles come with weights on your back? But it doesn't matter because we have to lead by example. Guys, let me show you something real quick, man. And again, Reza, if she's still on, she's going to be proud of me because I'm getting better at this stuff.
I am proud of you.
Thank you. I needed to hear that. Look at this, right?
Don't get discouraged.
I won't get discouraged because, again, motivation. See, one time she said, Xavier, you do good trainings, but you never have a slideshow. And then we'll get on Reza's training and she'll have slideshows, all beautiful rainbows, unicorns, all type of crazy stuff, right? But guess what? I didn't get discouraged. I got motivated and look what I'm doing now, right? So check this out. Look at the definition of the word discouraged. Look at it. It's a loss of something. You lost confidence. You lost something. So what happens is everything seems impossible. But guys, see, this is what I don't understand. Because I don't know about y'all. I believe in God, right? And at the end of the day, God always tells you everything is possible. So the word impossible doesn't exist for me. I don't know what that means because at the end of the day, the way I see it, I'm possible. I take the leap of faith every single time because my son deserves it. My parents, they deserve it. Relentless, they deserve it. You don't think that I have to look out for my brothers as well? Nephews and nieces? So it's possible for me to do all this. I manifest this. When I go take my nieces and nephews shopping and we go and I ball out for them and my brothers are like, yo, X, chill, man. They don't need all that. No, relax. I pictured this before. I know this was going to happen. I dreamed of this day because I knew it was going to be possible. But the only way I knew I was going to get there is go through the sacrifices, go through the stuff that the average person won't push through. So stop saying I'm discouraged. Be discouraged about where you're not at right now, where you want to be. Let that be motivation. Don't let that be something negative. Let that be something positive. I remember having a conversation with our executive vice president, David, before. David, one day we're going to be making so much money. We're going to be able to travel the world whenever we want to. We're going to be living life on our own terms. Way before we even knew what FES was. How? How? Because we've been manifesting this. We just didn't get an FES and manifest this. The great thing is this opportunity does allow you to do that though. Right? So check this out, right? Look, real quick. So it took me 6 months to hit sales director. 2 months later, we hit vice president. How many people would have quit during those 6 months? You hardly hit no title. Everybody else is coming to the company, just ranking up. They're coming in after you, but they're ranking up before you. I didn't care. I had my blinders on. This is all I seen was my goal. Then guess what? We were stuck at vice president for 1.5 years. Grinding, rebuilding. It doesn't matter the title, guys. From field trainer to all the way to the pinnacle, you're always going to be rebuilding, period. Try to say that fast a couple different times. But guys, look, then guess what? Now we're senior vice president. And the funny thing is, at that moment, when we hit executive vice president, we did it faster than anyone else in the entire company. But you have people that came in and were hitting RVP in 3 months. But it took to 6 months to hit sales director. But yet we hit executive vice president at that time faster than anybody else. Guys, come on. Trust the process. See, I tell people all the time, it's like a butterfly. Look, we all start as that caterpillar. We all start making our walk of life. And then guess what? You end up in a dark place, lonely, sad, mad. It's okay. That's your cocoon. See, the caterpillar's there by himself. He can't see, he can't hear. Everything is dark. But when he goes through that process, guess what? Becomes the most beautiful creature on this world. It's the exact same thing with your life. Look, then we have Miss Vigi Quinones. It took her 9 months to hit executive sales director, right? Then she was stuck for 26 months on that title. Then she finally hit vice president. But guess what? When she hit vice president, she also hit the R&R, level 1, and a 6-figure earner. Imagine she would have quit. Think about the lifestyle that she's creating for her 3 kids that have never seen this at a young age. Then look at Rob. You guys already heard his story, but let me just go ahead and rewind a little bit and like give you the short version, but the powerful version. Look at this. 3 months. He came in this business killing it. 3 months, his regional sales director. I'm like, yo, this man's on fire, killing the game. But guess what? He was stuck in that position for 26 months. He could not find the right individuals to run with him, period. He didn't get discouraged. He got motivated. X, I need to find these people. X, I need to find these people. X, I need to. Why do you think every single day we was hanging out? Because we had to go find the people. Then he finds the people finally. Finally finds the people. Finally, thank God. Because the man worked so hard. When you hear Rob's name, everyone's like, he done did something for me. I guarantee you almost every person on his webinar can say, Rob did something for me at one point. Personally did something for me. So guess what? He finally hit ESD. Congratulations, and level 1 R&R. Huge. People don't hit level 1 R&R as an ESD. They do that when they're VPs and above. This man made it happen. Why? Because that discouragement, whatever you want to call it, did not exist. Did not exist. And guess what? The way the numbers are looking, the way God works, and the way this man moves, man, that's the next vice president that's going to be mentioned. So what is discouraged? Run your own race and stay in your own lane. Stop worrying about everybody else. See, if I would have worried about everybody else that was coming in, if I would have worried about Razor, myself, David, or VG, hitting these titles while he wasn't hitting any titles, that man would not be in front of us right now as a 6-figure earner. That man would not be able to provide for his kids the way he's providing for his kids right now. He would not be able to provide for his spouse the way he's providing for his spouse right now. He would not be able to provide for his mom the way that I know he's providing for his mom. Come on, guys. Y'all want to talk about discouraged? I'm discouraged if I can't retire my parents. I'm discouraged if I can't retire young. And guys, you can always do more. You can always do more. Because check this out. Look at this. I put this up the other day, and it's so true. Because guess what? Look at Travis Scott in 2014. Look how many people were just supporting him, listening to his music. The crowd wasn't even big. 3 years later, in front of tens of thousands. 3 years later. And then after I put that out, Arnold put this out. And I had to look at it a couple of times, and I'm like, damn, this is powerful because it's so true. Guys, look at this. In 2017, Rob and VG knows this picture. Guys, we were in a little room where that carpet has stains all over it, and you can't tell because the first couple chairs, we made sure they match, but no chair after that match. If you guys see right behind me, it's a small little 13-inch TV that we was doing our presentations from. And as you can tell, my clothes wasn't tailored. Little baggy, right? But guys, 2 years later, we're in front of thousands of people training them with some red bottoms on and the suit is tailored. Guys, big difference, but look what 2 years did. Are you guys willing to go through that process, right? Look at this, right? This is the core right here. Why do you think I'm so close to these individuals? Because this was almost 2 years ago. Matter of fact, it was 2 years ago. All these individuals, at one point, we wanted to fight each other. At one point, we disagreed with each other. At one point, we wasn't seeing eye to eye with each other. But one thing, we always stuck with each other. And can no outsider disrespect that inside group? The reason why I bring this up is because don't be discouraged. Go out there and find more people that have the same definition of discouragement the way you do. See, these people, I know when they're discouraged. David's discouraged when he can't go on vacation whenever he wants to. V's discouraged when she can't give her kids what she wants to give them. Racer's discouraged when she can't give her mom everything she asks for, which is a lot. It's the exact same thing with Rob. Anthony Kelly, it's all about his kids. Guys, guess what happened? Because all of us, and this is the reason why we're some of the top leaders, not the top leaders, some of the top leaders, because we didn't lose focus. And the word discouragement, we turned it around to what the average person think of it, and we thought of it opposite. And we created this right here. These individuals created this right here. So at the end of the day, ask yourself, why are you discouraged? See, because right here, my son, if you guys don't know, we was in Atlanta. My son came up on stage crying. I don't hardly ever see my son cry. Because he's seen his dad out there killing it. Because my son seen me go through the process. How can I be discouraged when I got my son watching? How many of you guys got kids? Type of number 1 right now. How many of you guys got a kid, got kids? And you're going to tell me, dude, you're discouraged? Your kids are watching you whether you like it or not, whether you know it or not. Look at my son on stage. And guys, this picture right here, look at his eyes. Watered up. They were swollen. And look at me, next to him, proud. So guess what? When those times came when I could have got discouraged, I reminded myself why I was doing this. I reminded myself moments like this. See, I'd rather sit here and cry with my son about success versus cry with him because I'm dead broke, because I gave up, because I gave an excuse at one point and told people I was discouraged. Man, take that word and turn it around. You control this. This is your world. This is your life. This is your book that you're writing a story to. You want to talk to me about discouragement? Man, guys, I can go all night, but don't come to me when something's so silly. Because a lot of this stuff, you just got to get you out of your emotions. Who cares who's doing? Who cares who's doing what? What are you doing? How happy is your family? How good are your circle of people? Even a brand new agent. It's your duty to go out there and create this and make sure people don't feel discouraged. Life happens. Look, I'm not telling you at the end of the day, oh, Xavier doesn't know about discouraged. He's never been through some stuff. And like, I've been through a lot of shit in life. I just don't show it. So trust me, a lot of times I can relate to people's pains and people's problems. I done pray to God to create me as a warrior. So I knew what I had to go through so I can relate to people when they come up to me. So I know life gets hard, but it's up to you to be tough enough to push through it. So that discouragement, that doesn't exist over here. Relentless, that doesn't exist here. We're Teflon. At the end of the day, every single person in this webinar is going to reach their goal, period. Mentally, physically, financially, spiritually, period. So guys, man, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but look, at the end of the day, you got to ask yourself, what discourages you? And I already told you, what discourages me, not be able to retire my parents, not be able to retire young, not be able to go ahead and set my son with a head start in life and generations to come.
Because even when you.
So guys, come on. Who, and let's be real, who at one point felt discouraged, but after today understands discouragement is just nothing but a word? That you can go out there and make this happen if you really want to. Let me see if I can stop sharing. Here we go. Guys, look, I'll be honest with you. When Bruno was speaking, that shit was hitting me hard because I can relate. I've been that broke through the FES process. I got my car repo through the FES process. I done starved through the FES process. But now we're living very well. And so many people are reaping the benefits because I never let nothing discourage me, period. Period. So Team Relentless, let's go out there, let's get it. You guys already know how we do. Ain't nothing stopping us. This is just the beginning. Guys, man, I'm blessed to be in this position, to have the leadership that I have, to have the team that I have. We're on our 5 weeks. We have 3 more days, 3 more full days of business, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. These are our busiest days. Go out there, follow up, follow up, follow up. And one more thing, super proud of every single one of you guys. I asked for 300 on that webinar. We had over 460 people on that webinar. Congratulations to every single one of you guys. And I want to go ahead and mention one more thing and just give you a quick demonstration of something. Everyone, please turn your camera on. Unless you're in an inappropriate area, I want everybody to turn their camera on, and there's a reason why I'm asking everybody to do that. Everybody turn their camera on. Actually, you too, we need to see that blue hair, right? Everybody turn their cameras on, right?
Oh, their cameras work. Great.
Perfect, perfect. Turn cameras on. Look how many beautiful peoples we got, man. Like, Relentless, we're just like some. When you put Team Relentless picture next to any other team picture, man, we sexy people, man. We caliente, like fuego.
Thank you, boss man.
I wasn't talking about you, but you were
That
not
was
included.
amazing.
All right, guys, look real quick. I want everybody to do me a favor. Back up a little bit from your camera, just like me. Arnold, you too, get them big muscles out the way. And I want everybody, put your hand as high as possible. Everybody, right now, just raise your hand, right? As high as possible. Let me show you something real quick.
Xavier, I'm at work. I can't do that.
That's okay.
It's all right.
We'll pray for you that next time you won't be at work. So look, check this out. We have our hand as high as possible, right? The highest possible. But when you want more and you tell yourself you can do more, check this out. Just put it that much higher. Go up a little bit more, right? Wasn't you able to go up just a little bit higher when you push yourself? It's the exact same thing with life. It's the exact same thing with this business. When you thought you reached your highest point, just push a little bit more, and I guarantee you you'll get that much higher. Period. Rob, I'll give it back to you, my brother. I don't want to go ahead and keep taking up all this time, but guys, I don't want to hear that word, and if I hear it, it has to be in a positive way. Let's get it.
Oh, Dave, man, thank you, bro. That picture with little X got me heavy because I remember that moment. Yeah, it was wild. That one messed me up for the night. You and Bruno, y'all gotta stop that. But man, that's one thing I wanted to throw out here. Again, 72 hours is a lot of time. Me, VJ, and X were just talking about this like an hour ago. Like, right, it's a lot of time. 72. Don't think about it. You ran out of time. Like, there's enough time. There's another big webinar that we're having the end of the month. Me and Bruno, we're gonna be hosting our first webinar together ever. You guys already know the energy that's gonna come from that. We're excited. This is something that we wanted to do for a while. So on Saturday at 3 o'clock, let's stack it. Let's put as many people in front of that story that Bruno is gonna tell. And even if you already hit your title, even if you already exceeded the numbers that you were gonna hit, bro, go out there and get another 5. Like, bring them on that webinar. Me and Bruno are gonna line it up so we can end it nice for everybody in the whole team. Like, get as many people on there as you can. And let's end strong, man. Let's end strong. I know our team, we ending at VP regardless. I'm not sleeping till that 6 figures is up on that back office. I don't know about you guys, but I was trained by SVP Xavier. 3 a.m.s. Saturdays are a regular thing. So let's get to it, man. As soon as I get off of here, I'm getting straight back to work. And let's kill it. Last 72 hours, let's put as many on the board as we can. Let's get it, guys. Have a great night.
Have a great night, guys. Let's get it.